What's up, Dyers? Dargogan here, or what it's apparently said on my resume. I've been running basically out of content over the past few days, and I've been thinking about what I was gonna make, because like every single week, because of goddamn prison. And then I thought about, hey, let's head up the old community on this game and see how chaotic it is, and see what kind of content we can get. And what do you know, we get some interesting content. So what I was thinking for today's video, or the series, is basically going around either in the community of this game, or just maybe in the comments on my other videos, and seeing what I could find. And what I found was basically just ideas people have been making to the game. Now, these are not guaranteed, these are just, fan-made, but I'm going to be going to them, taking it, and basically seeing what they are having them in their brains and seeing how it affect the game, and more entirely how creative and everything else. So there will be three different sections for these, every single one of these videos. There will be, of course, judging the creativity, judging how long it will take for this to be added into the game, if it does, and finally, how would it affect the game, basically all of these circumstances. But anyway, let's try to basically judge them all. Alright, so I wish that you could, like, upgrade zombies. So, okay, I've seen a lot of people, or just myself, talking about this most of the time. And one of the things I usually came to the conclusion of is there should be something like this for the humans as well. Because if it's mainly for the zombies, then they'll get a clear advantage over the humans every single time if they're fully maxed out zombies. Especially the Juggernaut. I do not want to see a maxed out Juggernaut. But if they ever came to the conclusion, hey, let's upgrade zombies, you have to actually do that to the humans as well, because that's the most logical thing, and also the fact that it will actually provide balance. But the humans clearly do have an advantage in this day and age of this game, so I could kind of see this bringing the zombies up a little bit more on the food chain, but more or less, yeah, you should actually do that for the humans as well. But they would also have to come up with basically three things, or more or less, just health, damage, ability upgrades, and armor and stuff like that, which would cause a lot of basically opinions and a lot of thinking about what was going to happen, or what is going to happen to these zombies. I like where you're coming from this, and I really want to see this in the game, but hopefully this actually, of course, does get into the game, but you also have to think about the both sides and how you would be on the opposite team seeing a maxed out team. Hopefully they actually did that for both sides, and it will become a very good, update to the game, really. Alright, so, nerf pitchfork, and when you dash, make the user more faster. Okay, so the pitchfork is one of the best melee weapons in the game because of mobility and the damage you do when using the ability. So, when they say make the dash user more faster, but like, wait, what does that even mean? Nerf pitchfork, and when you, what? You're not really nerfing it, you're more or less buffing it, but, I can kind of see where you're going with, but if you make the user faster, that makes them a much more threat to the human. God damn it, to the zombies. So I can see the argument you have, but no, do not buff the pitchfork. It's already a decent weapon, or not decent. It's already a very good weapon, but don't buff it, please. Alright, so I think maybe weapon revamped after all the model for some guns are old. I have no idea what he means by revamped. It's probably something I don't even know about. But I think what he basically means is basically just re-update and redesign, or just remodel a lot of the old weapons with, I think, sounds, gun reload animations, or more or less just, make them look a little bit nicer because they're kind of old. So I agree with you with most of these, and screw those other categories. I'm basically just a mess right now. So I would say it's a 7.5. I would think it'd actually go really well in the game, and hopefully they actually do that later in the future. Alright, so what do we have now? Oh my god, I can't even read that. Anyway, alright, let's just speed read this. Okay, this is not what I want in the game. Basically, what this guy is talking about is a smasher zombie that's super rare to spawn, and it leaps to you and does 20 to 30 damage and has 2300 HP. What? Okay, so I like the creativity this guy has, and I could kind of say the inspiration for this would be the Hunter and possibly the Juggernaut, maybe? But I'm pretty sure he's talking about the Charger from Left 4 Dead 2, which I played a crap ton of, so I'm a pretty decent gamer from both this game and that game. So, no, adding this zombie is gonna make it so much harder for the humans because number one, it has so much health and so much damage that it's gonna cause so much rage-inducing and unfair moments that a lot of people are gonna be like, screw this game, we're not gonna play this anymore. And I would mostly agree with him. I would not want to play this game if this zombie actually gets added. I like the creativity, but you also have to think about how you would be if you're a survivor and if you have to face against this. Also, he did say rare, so I'm not talking. I'm not sure if he's talking about AI or player, but I think he's talking about AI because he says it's super rare, and more or less it does a crap ton of stuff. So no, this will be a huge benefit to the zombies and not a really big benefit to the humans. So you have to think about both sides really if this thing were to spawn in. And I like the creativity, but no, do not add this thing in. It's going to be super broken, super rage inducing, and I would not want to play if this actually does get into the game. Alright, so, what is this? I can't read that at all. Why do I keep choosing these? Anyway, so, okay, so the basic, logistics of this is he's talking about, oh, technically he's a dev, so he clearly knows what he's talking about, but he's clearly talking about a zombie called the steamster, and he's wearing a hazmat suit, and he doesn't know what it does, but he wants to know where it comes out. Okay. If they were to make a new zombie, which as they might do in the future, or they will do in the future, you have to think about what it will do. And it talking about a streamster. Wait, what did it just say? Steamster. Okay, I thought it said streamster. A steamster with a hazmat suit. Basically, you're talking about. Okay, so I wouldn't really know what it would do, but I like the concept of it. But let's just hope it's not an OP zombie. I mean, they did a very good job with the shaman, but the only thing that was broken when it came out was basically its HP and how basically much damage it did. But right now, it's already in a good spot, and yeah, I would kind of want to see these things come into the future, but more or less, I like the creativity with this guy. I mean, clearly he's a developer, obviously. And well, that's it basically. Now, I was thinking about making like a stream or something like that, but I'm kind of lazy. But I'll maybe do that on the weekend. But either way, I just wanted to thank everybody as well for everything else, and more or less, I am thinking about starting more of these of just concepts and stuff like that. So if you do want me to actually talk about it, just leave in the comments, or I'm just gonna go to the community to see what I can find. But more or less, I like these people's brains, and yeah, I'll see you all in 5 years.